Hi there, welcome to my new Hints and Tips series. What I'm going to try and do is over a few videos is just to give you an idea of some hints and tips on vacation planning, mainly when you're coming over from the UK. So this episode is all about park tickets. We're assuming that you've already booked your holiday, and the next stage is the most expensive part other than booking your holiday is the park tickets. Now, not everybody likes to plan. That's a given. I'm a big planner, but a lot of people don't like to plan. For UK residents, I would recommend that you do get your park tickets well in advance of going on the holiday. Don't wait till you get there and then, because the prices are a lot higher because they don't have the same facilities we have for the tickets. So what I'm planning to do is just to go through each park, give you some options and the best way to get the best deal, because really it's all about the budget. So I'm going to start with Walt Disney World, because that's the biggest spend you'll have on your tickets if you're going over to Florida. If you have already booked your holiday and you've booked it as a package with the Disney dining plan included, your tickets will already be included in that. So this section won't be relevant to you because it's all included with your dining plan with the package that you book. You don't book your park tickets separately on that occasion. So this is really for anyone else who isn't on a dining plan, whether you stay in a hotel, a villa, on-site, off-site, etc. So the most popular ticket to go for is the 14-day Disney Pass. It is valid usually. Now the 14-day pass gives you entry to the parks for 14 days over an 18-day period. So whatever day you first enter the park, that you'll have 18 days from then to use your 14 days. So it gives you a leeway. If you're there for a bit longer but you're not doing the parks every day, you have got a bit extra leeway there. Now, the 14-day magic ticket covers you for all 4 of the Disney parks. You've got Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Disney's Hollywood Studios, and of course Magic Kingdom. Along with that, you also get access to Disney's Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach, and Blizzard Beach. They're not usually open at the same time, to be honest. Most of the time, one will be open and the other one will be closed for refurb. But you do get full access to those as well. And it's a full park hopping pass as well, so you can go between the parks during the day. You're not limited to one park per day. So you've got full flexibility with the 14-day pass. Now, in addition to that, you also get access to a free round of mini golf at any of the Disney mini golf courses. So there's Fantasia and summer and winter time up at the Blizzard Beach. There are 2 crazy golf courses there too. So you do get access to them, but you must use the free access before 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Now, one little tip with that, it's great that you get it free, but remember that it'll be very, very hot during the day. So if you are going during the day, be prepared that it might be, you're in the open sunshine the whole time. So just be prepared for that, especially if you've got little ones. And sometimes if it's busy, you may have to wait. When you turn up, there may be a 20-30 minute wait. Just depends on how busy they are at the time. I do think you can actually book you've always used to be able to book the golf times, so you may be able to do that, but be prepared for that. But you do get it free, and that is the main thing. You get that free. I'm just double checking for that. So on each day of your ticket, so you'll get 14 days worth of miniature golf to play if you wanted to, and it's included with the ticket too. Now, in addition to that, you also get access to Disney's Oak Trail golf course. This covers just the green fees, but it does cover the actual golf. So if you do like golf, you play golf, you can use that course and get a free round. It is only for the green fees, so if you want to hire the equipment while you're there, you do pay extra for that as well. But you can hire shoes, you can hire the golf clubs, balls, and of course they do provide you with golf buggies as well, which is nice to have in the heat. So you do get access to those as well, but you do need to pre-book that to make sure there's availability. Again, be careful middle of the day if it's too hot and whatnot. But all those bits are included with the ticket too. In addition, the most beneficial other perk is the memory maker. That is the old photo pass. So basically, when you go into the parks, you'll see cast members in sort of like green uniforms all throughout the park, everywhere, and they will take photographs of you. They just scan either your magic band, your phone, whatever you happen to have as your ticket, and that will automatically go onto your My Disney Experience account. So they will take as many photos as you want, group photos, single photos. They do magic shots, so you can hold your hand out, and when you get your magic shot through, there'll be Tinkerbell sitting on your hand. So they do a lot of those, but don't be afraid to ask, and just go up and get as many photos as you want. They're all included, so make the most of it. It's a great little perk because it saves you having to get your camera out every time to try and take snaps if one of you missing out. They do get downloaded onto My Disney Experience, onto the app, and you can download them from there, but you only have a set amount of time. I think it may be 60 or 90 days you get to download them, and then they will go. You can contact Disney, I think, after that time to ask about them to see if you can get them back. But as soon as you get home, my tip would be get them onto your computer or onto your hard drive, so you've got the actual copies, and you get a few little extras in there as well, little videos of rides in the parks and things like that. The Memory Maker also covers any certain rides that you go on. They'll take photographs, so they'll be included as well. Things like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Space Mountain, Buzz. All of them have cameras in there, and they will just take a photograph of you during the ride. So you'll have all of those extra memories too. So the 14-day pass covers you for absolutely everything you need in Walt Disney World. Now, where to get your tickets from? There are a number of ways you can get your tickets. Firstly, there's the Walt Disney World Travel Company, which is Disney's own website. You can get the tickets from there. Other ones that I've used in the past are attractiontickets.com and floridatickets.com, as well as Virgin Holidays, BA Holidays, and TUI also do standalone tickets as well. My tip is get a piece of paper, write down what passes you want, how many you want, 2 adults, 2 kids, go through each website and write down the price of each website. Because that way there'll be a difference in the price on them all. Some offer extras. Attraction tickets tend to give you a free magic band and a couple of other little voucher booklets, but that's by the by. But you could get a free magic band by booking it through them. Or at the moment, I know they've got an offer on at the moment for there's a price drop, so it's 10% off anything on their site at all. So 10% discount on the price of the tickets. Florida Ticks have a one. They have fairly regularly, if not most of the time, 7% discount on the tickets. So that, again, look at each website to see what you'll get included. You tend to find with the Walt Disney World Travel Company, their own website, it just tends to be the price of the ticket and that's it. But Attraction Tickets, Florida Ticks, both tend to have little offers on. I also look at times like Easter time, Thanksgiving time, Black Friday, because they too do tend to have more offers on at those times of the year. So keep an eye on the prices, but write them all down so you can compare how much each price is for each one. Same with adults and kids, write them separately so you've got everything written down, and then you make your decision on who you want to go with. Now, there is a 7-day pass as well as the 14-day pass, but they tend to be the same price. they're always offering 14 days to the price of 7. So the 7-day pass isn't really, unless you're going to get it really cheap, it's just, you may as well get the 14-day pass, then you've got the extra days in case you need them, because you never know, you might enjoy it and want to go back to certain places, etc. So, bear all that in mind. Now, what I would suggest is when you book your holiday, if you're going to use someone like Walt Disney World Travel Company, attraction tickets, Florida tickets, you can book the park tickets straight away, and then you only pay a deposit. The likes of attraction tickets and Florida tickets have like a price protection cancellation policy cover that you can take. Now, I do know that attraction tickets is £15 for their Flex Plus, and it allows you to change or cancel and get your deposit back. You always just pay a deposit with those companies. It's usually around about £25 per person, but it secures the ticket for you at the price. Now, if you were booking a ticket for next year and you booked it now, you'll get the price as it is now. Walt Disney World do put the prices up every year. But whatever ticket price you take now, you will get that price ticket. However, you are not tied into that ticket price either. So, just for an example, last year my daughter came away with us, so we booked her a ticket, and we got the free magic bands, and there was a couple of other little extras included with it at the price. I kept tracking just to have a look on attraction tickets, just to see what prices were like. Every so often I would just bob on and have a quick look, and the price of the tickets actually came down because they had a discount on. So I rang up and spoke to someone, and they are so lovely to speak to with attraction tickets. And I said that it came with a magic band as well, which we weren't bothered about because my daughter already had a magic band. So I spoke to a lovely lady and explained we didn't really need the magic bands, anything we could do about the price, because we don't want the extras that are included. We're quite happy with just the basic ticket, that's all we needed. She had a look at it, and I got about £15 off the price of the ticket, just by ringing up and asking about it. Now, that might not be the case every time. It may be just that I hit lucky on that particular occasion, but it's worth asking the question. They can only say no, and I still had the original ticket secured. So once she gave me the price, and I said, yeah, that was fine. She moved it across onto that one. But because I had the Flex Plus, I was able to do that. Whereas if you don't have the Flex Plus, you may not be able to do that. I'm not sure what the situation is there. We always just pay for it, just for peace of mind. It worked great, especially during COVID and things like that. It worked great for that. So once with the companies as well, a lot of the companies, once you've secured your ticket and you've paid your deposit, you can just pay money in to pay it off as you go along. You don't have to pay a set amount each month or the lump sum at the end. You can go in and pay a little bit at a time when you've got some money available. There's always options to pay what you want, when you want, rather than have to pay a set amount each month or pay it all off at the end. Okay, now let's talk Universal Orlando Resort. Now, this is a slightly different scenario with the tickets for Universal Orlando. It'll depend on how many days you intend to go to Universal and which parks you intend to visit. If you're staying on Universal, chances are the 14-day pass that you get in the UK will be spot on, because you'll spend a lot more time in there. Even if you go to other parks elsewhere, you'll come back and probably go into the Universal parks during your stay. However, if you are just planning on visiting Universal Orlando Resort for, say, 2 or 3 days, and you just need park tickets to cover those days, the 14-day pass may not be the most cost effective for you. The other thing you need to take into consideration is there is Universal Studios, Universal's Islands of Adventure, and Universal's Volcano Bay, which is their water park. There are options to buy a 2-park ticket which covers Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, or the 3-park ticket which then includes also the Volcano Bay. So if you were going for a 2 or 3 days and you just wanted to do the main parks, then the 2-day park ticket would be your better option, and that is slightly cheaper than going for the 3-day. Obviously, the three park option can be a little bit more expensive. So I did have a quick look before I came on here just to sort of gauge the prices. If you get a UK three park ticket for 14 days, it's going to cost you in the region of £325. It's just an approximate figure there I'm giving you. If you knew, well, actually, I'm only going to be needing a 2 or 3 day ticket, I don't need anything longer than that because we're only doing the park for those 3 days, then you want to maybe look at someone like Undercover Tourist. Now, Undercover Tourist are a US company, so anything you get quoted will be in dollars, but they do offer tickets. I mean, at the moment they've got it's a 2-day park ticket, but you get a day free. So you'll pay for 2 days, but you're actually getting 3 days included with it. And they do also the 2-day and 3-day tickets as well. Now, I had a look at the price of that just to compare it up to getting the 14-day ticket. So for 2 or 3 days, if the 2-day ticket with the extra day free came in pounds, it came in at about £270. So you are actually saving about £50, £60, £70 straight away if you know you're not going to be needing a 14-day ticket. Now, £70 per person is a lot of money. That will pay for something else when you get there. So if you're planning on only doing the parks for a short term, again, have a look at that as an option. Now, with the Undercover Tourist, with it being in dollars, when you go into the website and you're looking at the tickets, look for the number of tickets you want. You want to get the park hop ticket rather than the base ticket, because if you get the base ticket and you go into Universal Studios and you want to go into Islands of Adventure, you can't do that on the same day. You need the park hop ticket to be able to do that. Things like riding on, if you want to go on the Hogwarts Express from Universal Studios over to Islands of Adventure, you couldn't do that on a base ticket. You could only do it on the park hopping ticket. So you need to bear that in mind when you're looking at the tickets. Go for the park hop option. But they are quoted in dollars. And in addition, there is a 6% sales tax. Now, Undercover Tourists often include the sales tax. I'm never sure, so what I tend to do is put one adult ticket in the basket, go to the basket and then see if that includes it to the checkout, just to show it gives you the breakdown of the fees, the taxes, the ticket, etc. So it will tell you there what's included in the total price. You then need to convert that back to pounds by dividing the dollar amount by the US rate as it stands at the moment. So today I did it, got the figure and divided by 1.25. I always underestimate 1.25%, and then that gave me not 1.25%, just divide by 1.25 on its own, and then that gave me the approximate cost in pounds. And as I say, that came in around about £70 difference in the price. And for us, that would be enough just to go for 2 or 3 days, because the majority of our time is spent in either Walt Disney World or other parks. So it's definitely worth looking at, because it can come in at quite a big saving. If you do decide to book via Undercover Tourist, I have used them before myself, use a credit card or a debit card, Starling Chase, or a credit card that has no foreign transaction fees, because remember that the foreign transaction fees will be charged on any credit card that you use, other than the ones that don't charge them. So do bear that in mind if you do decide to book that. You tend to find that there are online tickets as well, so they'll just send you a QR code. When we were there last time, it was just a QR code that we had, and you just take that to the park on your phone, and that's fine, along with some ID. If you want to go with the 14-day pass on the UK 14-day pass, because you're going to be there for longer, again, look at the companies, each one, write a list down of how much each one will cost. You can also look at the likes of Attraction Tickets. Florida Tickets will do a combo. So it's a Walt Disney ticket and a US ticket. Sometimes there'll be like a little discount because you're going for both tickets. But they are just separate tickets. All you're doing is buying them together. They do come as separate tickets, individual to each park. They're not restricted to one ticket for both Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando Resort. I think a lot of people do think that they're just going to get one ticket as a combo, but it's literally just to give you a slight discount on the price. But look at those as well, because that could be an option if you prefer to go with the 14-day ticket. If you're travelling in a big group, so I would say probably 7 or more people. This is only my experience with Attraction Tickets, but I'm sure it'll be the same with other companies as well, Florida Tickets especially. You could ring up and say you've got a group booking, there's 7, 8 of you going. Is there anything they can do with the price of the tickets? Because you're buying a lot of tickets, you often find they will give you a discount on the whole package of tickets that you take. So it could be that they'll knock 15-20% off just for you to be able to, because you're buying so many tickets at once. So it's worth giving them a call in that situation as well. I've done that in the past myself, and it worked out great. We got quite a good discount on all the tickets. Again, now, a lot of people do ask the question about converting their tickets to annual passes. So for Walt Disney World, it's a bit of a mixed bag. So a lot of people on the forums have tried recently and have been told, no, you can't upgrade your 14-day ticket to an annual pass. Others have been told, yes, you can. With Universal Orlando Resort, if you take your 14-day pass to the desk, they will allow you to upgrade it, and you just pay the difference on the cost of the ticket that you have to make it up to the annual pass. Now, with annual passes, what you need to be careful of is it worth you upgrading? So with Walt Disney World, they have a limited number of annual pass options available. So you will find, having looked at the prices, you will find that it will probably only be worthwhile upgrading your pass, if you can do it, or buying an annual pass if you intend to visit at least a minimum of 3 times a year, because the prices for the annual passes at Walt Disney World are very expensive. So it's whether you get the benefit of having having the annual pass over a 14-day pass each time. If you're only going twice, it will probably work out cheaper just to get the 14-day pass twice as opposed to the annual pass. However, with Universal Studios, I would say, having looked at the prices, again, I've looked at the prices for that, I would say that if you're going to go twice in a year and you have the 14-day pass, it's worth an upgrade to make it an annual pass, because their seasonal pass is quite a reasonable amount, so it'll not cost you. I think when we were there last year, we did upgrade ours. There were different levels of passes, so we upgraded one to the seasonal pass, and I think it only cost around about $50 extra on top of the 14-day pass we already had to make it an annual pass. And then that gets us entry for our, well, obviously we used it in May, but it also gives us entry for our trip when we go in September this year as well. So it rather than having to buy another pass of any description, we've got it all included. So you need to work out, if you are going to do longer trips, 2 trips minimum for Universal passes and three trips minimum for the Walt Disney World annual pass. With the Walt Disney World annual pass, well, for both passes, to be honest, you will need a VPN to be able to buy them online, because you can't, well, you probably know yourself if you've looked, on the Walt Disney site and the Universal site, as soon as you go into them, it directs you to a UK site, not the US site, the .com site. And your only way around that is to do it via a VPN, which hides your location. So it means you can get onto the correct website and order and buy your tickets directly without an issue. Now let's move on to SeaWorld. Not everybody tends to go to SeaWorld, but if you do, again, get your list right, your costs down. Looking at the same companies as you would do for the other passes, plus looking at SeaWorld's own website, and this covers Discovery Cove as well, just because that's part of the SeaWorld group. So it's SeaWorld, Aquatica and Discovery Cove. Check the prices for each. Often, especially Discovery Cove and SeaWorld's own websites do have sales on all the time. They're always reducing the prices for day tickets, extra day tickets and whatnot. When we went this year, what we did was I did the research on all the tickets, and at the time, it's only me and my husband were going over. It was cheaper for us to buy a SeaWorld annual pass. We knew we were going in May and September. With the SeaWorld annual passes, you get included a free guest ticket, depending on the level you go for. You get the silver, you get one free guest ticket per year. I think the gold, you get 3 per year. You can use one between January and May, and one between June and two between June and December. So we bought the gold pass because we knew doing two trips. We paid for that, and that gave us access to entry for Simon and for a guest ticket for me. And then in our September trip coming up, again, Simon has access, plus he also he gets a ticket for me free as well. So it meant it worked out cheaper because we knew we were going to be going twice because the new ride had opened, and we wanted to do that, and we just missed it in May. That it worked out cheaper for us just to get the annual pass. It also, when you go into the parks with the annual pass, you can go to a machine and it gives you little extra perks. So the other park I wanted to discuss was just Kennedy Space Centre. Not everybody goes to Kennedy Space Centre. We love it, but it's worth a trip now, especially with all the expansion they've done within the visitor complex, that it's a full day really to take up on visiting that part now. Again, you can buy those tickets here, or you can buy them from the Kennedy Space Centre website. Have a look again, compare them up, because you may find you'll get discounts. Especially on the American sites, always check around Thanksgiving time, because they do offer huge discounts on park tickets around that time. So always compare them up at that time as well. But in the meantime, you could always book your UK tickets here. But you tend to find the prices are fairly samey with booking them abroad or here. But you do find with the US sites, they often offer a senior discount. Now their senior discount tends to start a lot earlier than ours. So I think the Kennedy Space Centre one, I think, is 60 for their senior discount. I mean, it's not a huge discount, but it's better than nothing. So, just for you older ones, that could be an option as well. But just my recommendation for all of these park tickets is write your list and just check them. It's worth putting the effort in. If you're going to save quite a bit of money, even if you're going to save £20 each, it's better than nothing. It's all going to £20 for 4 people, that's £80, which would pay for a meal for you when you get there. So there's a lot of things that are worth doing just to save you a little bit of money, because at the moment every little bit of saving can help you. So I hope you've enjoyed this first tips and tricks of the series, and I hope it gives you a little bit of help or some ideas for your park ticket planning. If you've got any questions, please put them in the comments down below, or if you've got any hints and tips for other people, leave them in the comments down below, because we're all in it together, so any hints and tips for anybody will be greatly received, I'm sure. And again, if you've managed to make some great savings, let us know what they are as well. It's nice to hear other people's experiences as well as our own. If you did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll be doing some more hints, tips and tricks videos coming up shortly. But in the meantime, thanks very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and bye for now.